Men get a pretty bad rap. We are universally hated. We're constantly seeing articles like these. Men are violent. Men are pigs. Men are misogynist. Everyone's got toxic masculinity. Patriarchy this, patriarchy that. Cis white men are out to hurt you. But here's something that's going to blow your mind. I argue that women are just as bad. And it's not something that's tied to gender. It's something that's tied to being human. We're all assholes. You see, it's not men's fault that other men do shitty things, and it's exactly the same for women. It's not women's fault that other women do shitty things, but to pretend that it's only men that do shitty things is stupid. But I would argue that more women are guilty of doing this one thing than men are guilty of doing all of the other things that we're all charged with as a group. And that is taking advantage of desperate men. Now, this video is going to upset a lot of people, but stick with me. Desperate, sad, lonely men are unfortunately an ever-expanding group in modern Western society. Now, is it because men get blamed for everything and this is just the outcome? Is it because they're no longer valued by society? Masculinity is seen as evil. These are both possibilities, but I will say this right now. Men are fucking lost. More lost than ever. Because everywhere we turn, we're told not to do things. Don't be a masculine man. That's not what you want to do. Don't be a white man. That's not what you want to do. Don't be a straight man. They're bad people. Everywhere we turn, we're told that we're shit. And it's not okay. It's not okay to do that to any gender or sexual preference or race or religion or anything. Don't judge people by what they happen to look like. Judge them on who they are. Men are that fucking desperate, you'll see them clinging to people like Andrew Tate. And I don't agree with everything Andrew Tate's ever said. Some of the things I think were just jokes, but other things are a bit fucked up. But he does say some very interesting things.
You need to, as a man, adopt the mindset that absolutely everything that happens to you is completely and utterly your fault, whether it's good or bad. And most men don't have that. Most men don't have that.
And then there's other people that you can actually cling to for some guidance. People like Jordan Peterson.
Those who have swords and know how to use them, but keep them sheathed, will inherit the world. You should be a monster, an absolute monster, and then you should learn how to control it.
Or people who have actually, really lived that masculine life like Joe Rogan.
That most men live lives of quiet desperation. It's one of my favorite quotes ever because it's true. And I've been that guy. You're just in this world where you just can't wait to just run away. You have an apartment you have to pay for. You have a car you leased. You have a wife that you have to feed. You have a child you have to raise. You have your mortgage, you have your this, you have your that, and that's where it all comes from.
They all have their own shortcomings and things that people disagree with them on, but at least they're doing something to make people's lives better. But here's the thing, if you do even follow one of these people on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, you're seen as a bad man because you see these people as interesting people to follow and maybe help you with your own masculinity. Now, I don't know if this is the goal of feminism, to make men weak. It's certainly working, but one thing that I have noticed is that the byproduct of all of this is desperate men. And women love desperate men. It is hilarious when you look at it from the outside. You see a desperate guy and women don't want anything to do with them sexually or don't want to marry them or anything. Maybe they want to marry them just for their cash. We'll get to that in a minute. But they just want things from them. They see them as easy prey. They know that these men will do anything to be near them, and they take that to their advantage. Case in point, this.
When you go out, are you buying your own drinks?
Never. No. Absolutely not. Don't buy your own drinks, ladies.
Do you even listen to yourself when you talk?
I don't buy shit. Sometimes. 50-50. Sometimes. No. 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 Never.
Oh.
Ladies, what world are you living in? To steal Bill Burr's bit, we need to have the wage gap. We need to get paid that extra bit of cash just to pay for your shit.
You find an old man. Sugar daddy. A sugar daddy. Someone buys them for me. You have to either pop a titty
These people do not live in reality, ladies and gentlemen. I bet they have no idea what a drink actually costs. They probably never have to wait in line. They probably get things cheaper. They probably get things for free, all because they're hot, or because they're young and blokes are trying to root them. They've got no idea.
Do y'all have any intentions on being with these men?
No, Fuck no. Oh, you buy me a drink, I'm gonna f you?
But I don't know, if I was a woman and I went out and I stood at the bar waiting for someone to buy me a drink and then they bought me a drink, I think at least you should talk to them for a little bit. Like, they're paying you $10. At least say g'day. How you going? Like, how hard's that? If you're going to abuse your pussy privilege, then at least be nice about it. But I don't think they like being nice about it. I think they just go, yep, thanks, bye. Figure. It's all to do with hot privilege. And this is the thing that men don't actually have. Even hot dudes don't have this. Hot women get away with absolutely everything because men will fuck anything. They don't care. That's why plus size models exist, because men will fuck anything. Are there plus size male models? No, because ladies have standards. Men live this life of constantly trying to find sex. That is how their life works. So some of them might think, oh, I'll buy you a drink and then you might talk to me and then maybe someone just gives me attention and then maybe I'll finally sleep with someone. That's how their mind works. And I think subconsciously women know that as well, and they go, this is the best way for me to get free drinks for an entire night. That's a great way for me to save $100. Is it, is it overly nice? Is it ethical? I don't know. Gentlemen, listen up. Here's the first thing you need to do to sort your life out. Stop buying girls drinks. When I was a young single man, I never did it. Never. Because if you want money from me, you're not a good person. Like, that's literally what you're asking for. Can you buy me a drink? Oh yeah, sure. Why don't I just give you $10 and then you can fuck off? That's all they're asking for is a $10 note, all right? Do not buy girls drinks. Or if you want to still buy her a drink, have a conversation with them first. And then when they say, hey, can you get me a drink? Say no. And if they stick around still, then buy them a drink, all right? You can learn pretty quickly what someone's intentions are. I often hear women talking about power dynamics in relationships, particularly sexual ones. There's an idea now that if you are a famous person and you sleep with one of your fans, then you are abusing them because of the power dynamics, which means Keith Richards probably abused fucking 100 million people. And he should be thrown in jail for 1,000 years, which he would probably live through that entire time because I'm pretty sure he's 4,000 years old at this point. But power dynamics, they're everywhere. They happen every single day in every relationship, right? Between men and women, that's where they're most often seen. There is so much of a change in the power dynamic when it comes to meeting a girl if you're in a nightclub, because she has all the power. She has everything that dude wants. Just a pretty face, someone to talk to, someone with boobs, all that type of stuff. That's a power dynamic. He will do anything for you. He will fucking climb to the top of the building and jump off just if you'll show him your asshole. That is how men work. I mean, that is if you're above a 7. If you're below a 7, he might give you $10. I don't know. Just a root's a root, I guess. This is why you see a lot of women driving around with expensive cars and clothes and all this type of stuff. They have the power of the puss. They have found men that desperate that they will do absolutely anything just to keep the puss in their court. This isn't all women, obviously. This is a subculture. Most women are really great people, and I genuinely mean that. Like, remember Anna Nicole Smith and this fossil? Everyone was like, oh my God, he's taking advantage of her, he's so old. She got paid millions, I think she got paid millions, or at least that's what she wanted. It seems that women love desperate men, and desperate men and weak men are basically the same thing. They genuinely believe that the only way they can keep their female partner around is to give them things. And that's not the way to do it. You should be in love with this person. You should form a bond, a relationship. Don't just give them shit. And the best example I could think of where you know that hunting desperate men is a female's most proudest pastime is OnlyFans. The OnlyFans business model directly targets desperate, lonely dudes who for some reason can't work out that free porn exists. And it is a business model that is based on the back of knowing that lonely, sad, weak men is only a group that is growing exponentially. There is no stopping it and there's no stopping them. I see reaching for your credit card to pay for a drink is the same as paying for an OnlyFans subscription for $7, all right? You're doing it just to please someone you don't even know because you think they might give you the time of day. That's ridiculous. That's not the people you want. And obviously men do shitty things all the time. But ladies, my whole point in this video is don't sit there and think you're holier than thou. People of your gender often do really things. And it's getting worse and worse the more you're brainwashed into this, oh my God, I'm a boss bish lifestyle. Fuck that. Just be a nice person. There are even websites dedicated to how to spot a desperate man. Like things you need to watch out for. Like this, 17 alarming signs of a desperate man that you need to know. Okay, let's have a look. If we can find a desperate man. He's too available. He wants to be around you. Yeah, that's real desperate. He has low self-esteem. All right, good time to pounce. He has no boundaries. He begs you to give him a chance. You love this power, don't you? He's needy. Oh my God, it's so much power. He showers you with gifts from the very beginning. Yeah, I bet you hate that, all the Louis Vuitton bags. He has no standards. Explains why he's with you. He wants to be around you all the time. That's fucking horrible. That's disgraceful. Imagine being with someone who wants to be around you. Oh, he talks highly of himself. That's a desperate man. Ladies, have you ever been on a feminist fucking Instagram page? Everyone's a boss bitch and everyone's a power chicken. Shut up, you fucking hypocrites. Gents, there are amazing women out there, and ladies, there are amazing dudes out there, and dudes, there's amazing dudes, and ladies, there's amazing ladies, all right? Don't settle for someone. Don't treat people badly. If you're not interested, let them know straight away. And if you're a desperate man watching this, if you're a weak man watching this, heed my advice. Go to the fucking gym. Eat some fucking good food, all right? Get out, run. Expand your horizons, change your hobbies, do something difficult. And then, by making yourself a more interesting, attractive, better person, it'll help you find a mate, and you won't have to buy a fucking $10 double black at a nightclub just so she'll fucking talk to you. Fuck that shit. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East, but dick stinks. Let me know what you think down below. Toodaloo, au revoir, bye-bye.